Let's get back to the focus of this market sell-off that we've been covering, and many of the travel-related stocks are certainly leading us lower today. The cruise lines, for example, and we've talked about the concern and the spike of virus cases from states like Texas and Florida. Now, Florida, by the way, was on that list that Governor Cuomo, Governor Lamont, and Governor Murphy had of people coming into the tri-state area in the Northeast. If they do, from a state like Florida, they'd be required to quarantine for 14 days. Let's go there now to the Port of Miami as Phil Keating's been taking a look at that embattled cruise industry for us today. Phil.
Hey, Connell, speaking of the coronavirus positive test results, the state of Florida just hit an all-time record with 5,500 reported yesterday. Now, here at the Port of Miami, it is the cruise ship capital of the world, and there are 7 large ships tied up today. They are refueling, resupplying, and then they will do what they do every time they come in. They go right back out to open water, drop anchor, and continue the long coronavirus wait to resume passenger operations. The Cruise Line International Association is now putting September 15th as a target date for ships to start sailing once again. But the cruise lines are actually taking it further. Carnival is going to make it no cruising until at least the end of September. So very likely it won't be until October at the earliest when people can resume taking a cruise vacation. When the pandemic exploded and the cruise industry froze, billions of dollars have been lost in revenue, and tens of thousands of crew members have been floating day after day waiting to get home. The industry has gone from about 200,000 crew on ships at the beginning to now about 35,000. In the Bahamas, the Philippines, and off of India, there are flotillas of dozens of ships out at sea, waiting it out and efforting to get crew repatriated. Simply, there are too many ships and not enough port spaces. That's why they're out in open water. As for getting the crew home, there have been major challenges with countries limiting entry and available flights.
They've also had to send almost 100 ships to various ports around the world in order to get these crew home.
And then slowly offload.
And then slowly offload with the agreed upon numbers that each of these different countries will allow the cruise lines to offload each day.
According to Carnival Corporation, that is the largest of all the cruise lines. At this point, we have successfully repatriated some 60,000 crew members to the respective home countries, with an additional 20,000 remaining, with this number expected to be reduced to around 10,000 crew members by the end of this week. We expect the process to largely be completed this month. And Royal Caribbean told us they have about 37,000 crew that have been repatriated, with almost 7,000 to go. As for the waiting crew, we've seen a few of them over the past couple of days, the ones that are still waiting to get back to their home countries. At least they're, according to the industry, not miserable and stranded. They are getting free room and board, every meal provided, and they can enjoy the practically empty ship's amenities like the pool and gym. Connell?
I guess you always got to look on the bright side of things. All right, Phil, thanks. Phil Keating there, Port of Miami for us.